Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Hulkbuster figure, and it's by a company called Sentinel. And right here, Hulkbuster, and here's the figure and the base that he comes with. He also comes with another base, which is the one I don't like at all, which is this base, and this is meant for the smaller Iron Man figure, not for the Hulkbuster. But you could actually put him on here, I guess, but he won't be able to do any type of poses. He's just going to be standing there, and the base can interlock together. But the other base, the square base, is definitely a lot nicer and way more sturdier than the other one. And let's show you guys the pamphlet, and this pamphlet shows you where the batteries are housed, and then what compartments you need to open up in order to gain access to the batteries, and then all the articulation points, how you can move them, where you can move them, and also something to watch out for, what not to do, and stuff like that, all on here. Same thing on this back side here. Also tells you what to press, where to move, etc, etc, how to attach the figure to the base. So let's go over the figure itself. Alright, so here's the figure, and as far as the height, this thing is not the biggest. He stands about 10.5 inches in height, and one thing I noticed when I first picked him up is how light he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Hulkbuster. The SH Figure Arts one, it's almost twice as heavy as this guy. If you own any of the other Sentinel figures, the Extremis armor, that's, yeah, you get a sense of how light that one is, and this one is, it's comparable to that, but it is this one's, of course, is bigger, and it's not exactly the same weight as the other one, but for the size, that's pretty much what you expect as far as the weight is concerned. And so here's the side view of him. He is still pretty big, but it doesn't feel like that a Sentinel Iron Man could fit inside of this guy, which I'll show once I open up the head and chest area, so you guys can see the figure inside. Well, half the figure inside. Well, a portion of the figure inside of it. Alright, so let's get a closer look at this Hulkbuster. As far as the paint job, you can see there are different variations of red color. One is, you can see one section is matte finish, and one section is glossy, and then there are different shades of gold as well, and also silver. Some are matte finish, some are glossy, just to give it a little more depth to this figure. So let's go over some of the articulation points. For the head, he could basically swivel, but you gotta make sure you lift his head up a little bit, so it's so it has clearing for the mouth, for him to rotate his head. Otherwise, you'll chip the paint. And then as far as shoulder pad is on his own set of joints here. Here you can see the shoulder pad can be lifted up, and in there's a swivel joint, 2 hinges, and also a ball joint there. So you want to lift this out of the way, and then maneuver the arm however way you want, and then put the shoulder pad back down. And then as far as the shoulder, let's see, it does have the swing out section for the shoulder, which is nice. And then also a ball hinge shoulder piece, and then there's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then wrists are on a ball joint, and then there's a lot of hinge joint for the fingers. Now this outer gauntlet piece, it's attached using a magnet, and also hides the on-off switch for the hand, for the repulsor blast hands. the leg feature. And then here you kind of see how far he could bend as far as the elbow. It is a double jointed elbow, so you get a really good range of motion out of this guy. And here, I guess you can't see, there's, if I could move this guy, there's rotation around the chest area, and then on the hips, it's on a ball joint, and then the hips are on the ball hinge, and this piece right here on the waist section, it's free floating. The front section is free floating. The back is attached to the back piece, and on the side here, this little piece also has a hinge joint, so it doesn't impede with the articulation for the legs. Here you can see I could flip up that side piece so the leg won't get in the way. But for the thigh area, you gotta be a little more careful when it comes to moving it, because this front piece is free floating, but it does. You can kind of see here it's hitting the thigh piece, and if you aren't careful, you would rub some of the paint off. And then we have a double jointed knee. And then the ankles are really nice too. And for the ankles, you can see there's a swivel joint up there, and then a double hinge joint down there, and then it also pivots left and right, and also toes articulation. And this piece up front here covers up the articulation, so it hides it very well. Here you can kind of see how all the joints are hidden by the panels, and yeah, it's awesome. And you get him to do some sort of a running pose, stuff like that. It's definitely achievable. I've noticed this figure could actually achieve a lot of different poses, so a lot better as far as articulation. I believe he is better than the SH Figure Arts. And with the swing around shoulder section, you can kind of get his arms to come together, which is nice. That's always neat for an Iron Man to be able to do that. Now to open up his chest area, first what I'll do is lift his head up. Here, you can lift it up, and then it'll reveal his head right here. And then what you want to do is, well, you need to make sure this section is back, and then you need to press this piece all the way down, and these compartments should open automatically if you press this down hard enough, but make sure this piece is all the way back before you press down. And once you press that helmet piece down, these two flaps will open up, and then the chest will collapse down to reveal a extremis armor inside, which is the same as this guy right here. And yeah, there he is. And if you look at him, he doesn't look like he could actually pilot this armor, or actually he could fit the whole figure in here. If you kind of look at it, you can see he doesn't have any arms. If he were to have arms, where would they be housed? Because it looks like it doesn't fit in there properly. And from body structure wise, you can kind of see the lower half can be inside, and the legs could be down by his thigh area. But as far as the arms, they look like he looks like he is missing a pair of arms. Now, a couple of sections you need to open up in order to gain access to the battery compartments. First, this gauntlet here, the bicep gauntlet. You would need to lift that piece up, and then here's a little lever down here, which is this piece right there. You would have to lift this up, and then there's a screw where you need to open up, and then it houses two batteries, and the switch is right there, and that's gonna light up the palm section. And then down here you will need to remove this shin guard piece, And then once you remove it, you can see there's the battery compartment, and there's an on-off switch, and it's gonna light up the knee section and also the back calf piece as well too. And then on the back of the figure, let's see, there are two switches, and the batteries are actually housed in these two canisters up here. Let me pull one out. And so what you need to do is twist the end cap off, and then the section will open up, and you need to put two batteries in there. And here you can see there's the male connector to the female port right there. And once you turn everything on, here you go. You can see the knees are lit up, and then the hand, same thing, one over here and the other one's over there. And then here inside you can see the arc reactor for the Iron Man inside. It's also lit up, and the eyes are what made the Hulkbuster light up. And then on the back here you can see there's that light right there, and also on the calf pieces there are lights right there. So as far as lights, this thing has quite a lot of lights, and I am very impressed with how he looks. Now, even though this is just a little bust that's sitting inside of the Hulkbuster, doesn't mean that he can't move. You can see he has articulation points. Base of the neck, there's a little rotation. Base of the neck, there's a little joint right there, and also on the top, on the base of the head, there's also another joint. You can rotate and make him look up and down. So quite good for something that's this intricate. They could have left this without movement whatsoever, and I still would have been happy with it. But the fact that he could move, which makes it even better. So now you could have him open up and still look around. So that's neat, very neat. So to close him up, basically just press these two pieces down, and you would see the chest actually closes up, like so. And you just need to flip the head back over, and you're done. And here you can see the lights that are coming from the extremis armor. It's lighting the Hulkbuster's eyes and chest quite nicely. Alright, so here I have a comparison for you. There's the extremis armor standing next to the Hulkbuster. As you can see, he looks a little big. The extremis armor looks a little big for the Hulkbuster, or you could say the Hulkbuster is a little small for this extremis armor. And I think scale-wise, I think the SH Figure Arts one, I got it dead on. The size of the Hulkbuster in comparison to a regular Iron Man figure. So overall, I am very happy with this purchase. Even though this thing is really expensive for something this size, it's gonna set you back. How much was this? Three something. I'm not quite sure, but I'll leave it in the description box as to how much it cost me. But overall, I am very impressed with this figure. I think it's about $350, somewhere around there. Yeah. Overall, I am very impressed with this figure. Got it through AmiAmi, Japanese website. It was a lot cheaper than getting it through any of the US retailers, so decided to pick him up. And overall, again, I am very impressed with this. If you own any of the other Sentinel figures, then you know the paint job is gonna be amazing. And this one as well. I do have a little bit of paint chip right there on his chest piece. Right there, you kind of see the paint is not red anymore. I might do a little touch up on that. I'll see. I'm not sure yet. But overall, I am very impressed with this figure. And articulation wise, he's amazing for something this size. Usually if you buy a figure this size you won't get great articulation, but this one you could do a lot of poses with them, and I'll probably put some photos at the end of this video to show you guys some of the articulation points and what he could do. And again, really impressed with Sentinel and their figures. Again, it is a little bit on the light side, and the scale wise is a little bit smaller than I imagined, and again the weight is kind of small. So there you go, there's a Sentinel figure, Sentinel Hulkbuster. Thanks for watching.